Well, folks, today a new operation comes out in Black Ops 4. I was really excited. Lots of new content was shown. Some very familiar faces came back around. You know, Spectre. WMD is coming back to the game. 2 brand new multiplayer maps, a sweeping change to the Blackout map after Hydro Dam is destroyed, new weapons, new camos, new everything, guys. I was really hyped up for this update, and thankfully, I opened 96 drops in the game, hoping to get some of the new content to kind of show you guys in some gameplay, and I tried downloading the Black Ops new maps, and yeah. I was really lucky, guys. Out of the 96, I think, drops that I ended up opening, I got 2 new pieces of content. I got 2 new pieces of content. Now, out of these 2 things, they weren't even the new weapon charms, which obviously are just filler to the game. Wasn't new camos, you know, nothing like that. Wasn't the new Mark II weapons that I kinda want. The 2 new pieces of content, and I don't consider like stickers and calling cards content because, let's be honest, they're not, okay? Now, the 2 new pieces of content that I got were 2 outfits. 2 outfits for individual specialists, and out of nearly 100 drops. So, all in all, my success rate of getting new content in this operation was almost 2%. Honestly, I don't think that that is a respectable or an acceptable success rate when it comes down to getting new content in a game, especially the day that that new content comes to the game. I'm getting a phone call. Hopefully it's Treyarch trying to explain how that's acceptable. So today, Operation Spectre Rising comes out, and, you know, a lot of changes to the game I was excited for, and I got on, and like I said, horrible chances of getting any of the new content. Now, the new content looked pretty good, okay? Afterlife Camo's making a return. Really excited to get that, hopefully someday. Lots of new modes and changes coming to the game during this operation. They did make a pretty big change to it itself. It's not 100 tiers anymore. It's now 50 tiers, and the operation only lasts like 34 days. Spectre makes a return with his sword and with the see-through smoke screen that he can drop. And, you know, looks like he's going to be annoying to play against, but, you know, it's specialists, so I wouldn't expect anything less, but I was really excited for this new content. I thought that this was going to be a great update to the game, and in general, there are a lot of really good changes made to the game that I did like, but ultimately, I'm very disappointed in the new content, not because it's bad content, but because of how it's been implemented, and it's really overshadowing a lot of the operation. A lot of the tweets from other YouTubers and stuff I've seen have almost exclusively been about this. I'm not the only one having trouble getting new content in the game through the reserve crates, okay? And the reason that everyone is having such a hard time getting the new content is because not only are all the camos in the game unlocked individually for each weapon, not only are almost all the outfits exclusive to certain, you know, individual specialists that you have to unlock, not only is there weapon charms and other things that are individual to weapons to fill up the pool of supply content so much that it's impossible to get the new content, but there's all this stuff from previous operations. Now, I can't tell you how many times I got the street race camo that came out in the last operation. I can't tell you how many times I got, you know, the splatter camo for guns I already had it for. And they do this for a really good reason, at least on their end. And the reason that they do this is because it makes it harder for you to get the new content in the game. And what that does is for people who actually want this new content, it incentivizes them to buy microtransactions just to kind of boost their already minuscule odds, okay? And honestly, we've known that to be the case in Call of Duty for a while, especially when it comes down to Treyarch's games. However, it's completely egregious that you can open nearly 100 drops and only get 2 new pieces of content, neither of which are anything that anyone really gives a shit about. I mean, the truth is Activision should really be ashamed of the way that they've handled the microtransactions in Call of Duty altogether, but this is just unacceptable, okay? Now, moving on from that, because, well, yeah, I've talked enough about that. The new maps. I haven't gotten to play them. It's been 4 hours since the update. Now, the reason why I haven't gotten to play them is because I've downloaded these new maps, okay? And I've wanted to play them. I've wanted to try them out. The only time I've really been able to do so is in private match against bots, which that's why you're seeing that gameplay on WMD. I love WMD. Great map. Really is. But the other 2 maps are pretty alright. I mean, they look good. I haven't really gotten a chance to see how they're going to play in actual multiplayer, which, you know, is where I really gauge the quality of the map. I can do so for WMD because, you know, I played that map when I was in 5th grade. Honestly, I don't really understand why this was Black Ops Pass content, why it was one of the 3 Black Ops Pass maps that came with this update. However, I mean, it's a good map. It looks good, you know? I enjoyed playing against bots on it. I don't understand what the whole deal is. I tried playing Map Pack Mosh Pit to make sure, you know, you would think that since that's what that is, you would, like, be able to find matches for the new maps in it. The only map I could ever find was Domination Casino. I couldn't find WMD, I couldn't find Artifact, I couldn't find Masquerade in there. I don't understand. I don't get if it was maybe just my matchmaking not being right or what it was. I have yet to play an actual match with any of the DLC maps. It's kind of frustrating me, I'm not gonna lie, because I really want to try these maps and see if they're gonna be decent or whatnot. I mean, WMD I already know, but Artifact, like, against bots it played pretty well. I enjoyed it, I love the way the map looks, but, you know, you never know until you get to actually play the map. Yes, Blackout's map, that looks great. I love that update. I think it's really cool that they blew the dam up and the water floods the map and whatnot. Really cool implementation. I love that. That's a great idea. Freshens up the map a little bit. Biggest map update we've gotten so far for that. I mean, when you look at the content in this update, it's pretty decent. I mean, there's 3 new weapons. Unfortunately, 2 of them are melee weapons. I'm not exactly sure why the Vendetta Sniper that was shown during the trailer for the last Operation update has yet to make it to the game, but of course there is also the new LMG that came to the game. I think the best thing they could have really done was just make one of these melee weapons, bring the Sniper and the LMG, but no, that is not what they did. I'm assuming, though, that the Mini 41, which was in the trailer, and the Sniper will come in the next Operation, or later in this one, most likely, since they shortened the length of the Operation, that we'll see that in the next one, but it's just really weird, man. Like, there's so much they could have done with this update that they didn't, and then everything that people don't want them to do, they did. You know, they hold out the Sniper people have been waiting for weeks for. You can't really enjoy any of the content because so much of it is just locked behind a stupid wall. I mean, we've been waiting for some content for a while. Thankfully, they did bring content. Now, that's the big thing about this update. The content itself is so decent. Like, the Mark II weapons all look great. I really want to try them out. They're for some weapons that, thankfully, we finally have Mark IIs for. And with all the satisfaction that I have, especially with like the Blackout map update and things like that, with all the great stuff they've added, there's just, I'm disappointed in how they handled the implementation. Now, if this implementation was better, this is an amazing update. I mean, the content's there, okay? The new maps are there. Multiplayer got a good treat this time around. Blackout got an excellent treat with the big map update. Even Zombies got new gauntlets and stuff like that. The headshot requirements got, I think, halved for people in Zombies to get camos and stuff. But then you look back and you're like, hey, all these new camos I'm excited for, these new outfits, if you're that kind of person, you know, the weapons from old Operations, if you get the game new or something at this point, the new Mark II weapons, all that stuff, it's hidden behind a paywall, basically, because there's almost no chance of you being able to, like, significantly play the game and get all this stuff, okay? Because I've been playing League Play like 3 hours a day for the last couple weeks, building up those drops in anticipation for this Operation, just ready to get this new content. I was so excited, okay? And then I save up dozens of these things and get 2 new items when it comes out. That's unacceptable. There's no reason that should ever happen in a AAA game, okay? We're not talking about a free-to-play game where the only way they're going to make money is if they have these reserve cases. We're talking about a AAA $60 game that has a $50 season pass, which up until today basically has had no content come to the game. Even now, they're behind on content, okay? They took a map from Black Ops 1 and put that in as Black Ops Pass content. So you're getting less maps, you're getting a recycled map instead of a reimagined map for $50, so you're spending $110 there. And then with all the camos and stuff in the item shop, you know, you can spend hundreds on a AAA game and get barely any of the content. And the thing is I really do like this game. I like playing it, okay? I've gotten accustomed to, like, the League play system and stuff. I've been enjoying the game. And all this new content comes along, and they just fail in the worst way possible. Like, it's the biggest failure they can do. You bring in all this new content, there's hardly any way for anyone to enjoy it. And the truth is Black Ops 4 really needed this update to hit hard. This needed to be a massive update that's very well received by the community. And yeah, they completely threw that opportunity away. And the reason they needed that is because, number one, people are already growing tired of the game, let's be honest. We're at that point in the Call of Duty cycle. Modern Warfare 4 is literally going to be announced within like the next couple weeks, along with trailers and stuff. So people are already getting over Black Ops 4. Once these trailers and these teasers come out for the next game, honestly, it's pretty much over for Black Ops 4. This happens every year. Like, the game is gonna live for like 4 to 5 months. So they're already winding down, they're getting to that end of the road, really, and they need this update to keep interest in Call of Duty, at least for another month, okay? Because that's pretty much how long it lasts. They need people to be on board with this update, and they promise all this brand new content, all these great things, and then you only get to enjoy a very small fraction of it, even if you play the game more than the average player, and you save up more drops than the average player. Just think, because I think if you buy the supply drops or whatever in Black Ops 4, you get 3 at a time. Okay, so you take that number 96 and you divide that in 3. What I got was equivalent to 32 of the 200 Call of Duty point bundles of supply drops, okay? So, in essence, I opened up over $60 worth of drops that I earned for free just by playing the game, and got 2 brand new items, both of which are for individual characters. It's not new content by any stretch of the imagination that people are actually going to care about. However, I got so many rerolls and duplicates that I couldn't even keep count, okay? And that's the worst part about this. All this new content to enjoy, all these new great things to enjoy, yet the system is still rehashing content from 2 operations ago and feeding that through. At this point, I'm still happy there's so much new content, and there are very good upsides to the content. They added in new features. You can gesture in lobbies now if you care about that kind of stuff. They did a little bit of work to the customization and stuff, but overall, the real bread and butter of this update was supposed to be all that content that I haven't been able to enjoy. I haven't gotten to play any of the new maps on multiplayer. I've had to play them against bots, because even Map Pack Mosh Pit is not giving me lobbies for the new content. I don't know why they didn't take the old Black Ops past maps out of that and allow people to enjoy the new maps, but that's content that I paid for that I haven't gotten to play yet, and it's been hours since I even downloaded the entire update itself. The only real upside, I'd say, about the content implementation is them shortening the operation, because in reality, that gives them more of a chance to get new content into the game quicker. But, I mean, like Spectre, I like Spectre, he's fun to play with. I played with him once or twice against these bots. He's pretty cool. I mean, he's annoying to play against, I'm sure, but, I mean, to play as him, it's a lot better than I expected. The new LMG looks pretty cool. However, I'm not really an LMG player, but, I mean, we'll see. You know, there's 50 tiers of content. There's no camos in it at all. It's almost all calling cards and stickers. There's a couple outfits and a couple weapons in Spectre, so that's unfortunate, in my opinion, that all this new content and so much of it is just, you know, inaccessible or not wanted. Black Ops 4 it's pretty much at the end of the road, let's be honest, but there's some ups, there's some downs, like with every update. This one, honestly, I think they dropped the ball pretty heavy. I hope that they can come back better with the next operation. We'll have to wait and see with that one. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel. Follow me over on Twitter at SubToptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It's a surefire way to get notifications of all my newest content. Join the Discord down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, opening 100 drops and spending more just to get nothing, and signing out.